Hey.
This could be Good evening, everyone, and I'd like to welcome everyone. Tonight on Lourdes Campos Presents, I have my special guest, Bob Leonard.
Oh my gosh, you forgot my name!
And Derek McSween.
Good old Irishman.
Right, they're here. Tonight we're being sponsored by the Hispanic Professional Network and the Von Olin team. Okay, so I have my guest here, Bob. Bob, tell us a little bit about yourself. What qualifies you to be here with me tonight?
What a loaded question.
I am loaded. I have no idea. Basically, I've been in business for about, 40 years now. Done quite a bit in online media. What? Look at you. I keep forgetting.
Look at
me. Look at you.
Me.
In online media, as well as a systems background, as well as now, we're doing quite a bit of different things. I am a partner in Morph Marketing.
Morph Marketing for all your marketing needs.
I'm a partner with Derek McSween in both training and speaking. I'm one of the co-founders and one of the 10 involved members of TC Today, which is going to be rolling out in 2 months. I'm also CEO of Lights On Graphics, and I also am involved in Time 4 Network.
Great, thank you.
Wow, I'm impressed.
I'm very impressed. You sure you didn't leave anything out?
I left a whole bunch out, but go ahead.
Okay. And here we have my friend Derek McSween. Derek, tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Hey, what's happening, Lourdes?
How you doing, baby?
Mr. Bob, how you doing, Lourdes?
How you doing, baby?
Yeah, well, my name is Derek. Qualifications are such that we are experts in life. Being 59 years old.
Move in here a little bit, please.
Being 59 years old, we've gone through a lot of things, a lot of experiences. But professionally, I have 30 years of experience in construction management. I've done probably over $1 billion worth of construction programs. I was the director of diversity on Olympics in Atlanta, Georgia. I was the director of diversity on a $2 billion program up in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I just came back from managing teams over in Dubai, Germany, and Afghanistan. So I am an expert on diversity, team building, construction, and program management. And I'm the recent past president of the Port St. Lucie Speakers Toastmasters Club.
Ooh, Toastmasters!
Right. And
love my Toastmasters.
And actually, I'm entering into a humor speech contest this coming Saturday.
I'll be there.
And I'm not a really funny guy, but this is going to be stepping out of my box a little bit. So I'm looking forward to it.
So you're stepping out of your comfort zone?
Yeah, we all got to do that every day.
We all got to do it. You got to do what you fear the most, right?
That's right. That's the only way you get better.
Well, welcome home. Welcome back.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Tell me something. How did you guys meet?
Well, Bob and I met a few months back at some networking events. Then Bob joined our Toastmasters Club. After seeing each other speak and learning a little bit more about each other, we decided to morph into a business together.
Oh, morphing. That sounds like something that I do.
You know, Bob has a expertise in business and business development, starting businesses. I have an expertise in training and development, and he has done some training as well. So we're going to combine our expertise, and we're going to focus on leadership, public speaking, and inclusion to bring people together. My personal mantra, as you all know, is building bridges and not walls.
Oh, excellent. And you guys also have your own Facebook Live show. What day do you guys air?
We are going to be trying, we're just starting it off. We've had some really good responses. Thank you, everybody. We're going to be trying to meet every Tuesday and Thursday over the next couple of months so people can get familiar with us, our personalities, and then we're going to take it on the road.
All right,
That's what we're doing.
That's right.
All right, well, thank you, Derek. Thank you, Bob. Now, let's talk about the reason we're here today.
Right.
Okay, let's cut this. Let's get to the nitty gritty. Bob, let me ask you something. Do you know what it's like to be discriminated? Do you even know what that is?
Yeah.
As a white man,
I'm the white boy in the room, but I really don't. You know, it's there'll probably be people on here from my hometown, but I never knew a black person until I was in high school, and then we had one family in town and one kid.
Wow.
You know that.
So when you grew up,
I had no experience.
You had no experience, no affiliation, no conversation, no, hanging out and playing with the black kids, and none of that.
Yeah, the Italian across the street was a minority.
That was probably the darkest guy in your neighborhood. Huh?
He was the darkest guy in the neighborhood. He'll probably be here.
Right.
I didn't know a Jewish person until I went to college.
Really?
It's.
Where did you live? What rock were you under?
No.
But you know what?
I thought everybody was.
No, but you say that, Lord, is just joking. Let me move over just a little bit here.
Here, let's give Derek a little room here.
You say, nah.
I like that camera.
Yeah. So you say that in joking, but there's so many people in the country who have no experience being around black folks.
Right.
All right. And that's on the white side. But if you flip the coin and you're talking to black people, I'm an affirmative action baby.
Mm-hmm.
So in 1965, 67, 68, there was a all-black elementary school, PS 118, across the street from me. And instead of me going across the street where I can throw a rock and hit the school, they shipped me an hour away to an all-Jewish community up in Flushing Meadow. So there was some of the black kids who was put into an all-white community. And since elementary school, I've been one of a few black kids in an all-white environment. So my entire life was living and working within a white environment where your entire childhood was just the opposite. And I think that's a huge difference.
It's a huge difference. But you went to real good private school.
Well, what happened was my brother was killed back in the 70s, and I had no idea. My mother and I didn't know anything about private schools. But after my brother was killed, she said, we're getting you out of here. So we applied to all these prep schools, and ended up going to a prep school called Choate, Yo-Yo Choates. And we have had only about 6 or 7 blacks out of 1,000 students there. And when I got off that bus at Choate, I had no choice but to be just entrenched in an all-white, very, very exclusive, rich community. And the white folks who went to my school, and no offense to any of my friends, they didn't have to talk to, go to, eat with, or play with any of the black kids there. They can go for 4 years at Choate and never meet a black guy. They'd see him around, but didn't have me. I had no choice. That was just, they were my teachers, they were my roommates. I ate with them, I played football with them, so I had no choice. And it was a good thing.
You've enlightened me so much, Derek, in just a few things you've said. Like, I'm the only black guy in this bar.
Yeah, like if I'm looking around now, I am here also.
Mm-hmm. But don't feel bad because I'm the only Latina here, the only Cuban girl.
Okay, I was at a party the other day and I was the only white guy.
And how did you feel?
At the party.
You probably loved it, didn't you?
And I texted him and I said, now I know how you feel.
Right.
I'm the only one here.
But
I'm the minority.
Yeah, but this is what it's about. A lot of the white folks in the country, they didn't really have the exposure to the black community the way the blacks have to have exposure. So that's that growing period.
Yep.
But that's okay. I hated it at the time. A lot of my friends back then, I didn't have that I have right now. I got more friends from my high school and junior high school days who are now friends with me on Facebook, who I never really knew back in those days. Mm-hmm. But times have changed.
You sound like Barry White.
Oh yeah, flattery will get you everywhere, baby.
All right, so let me ask you. This is a question I have on my mind, and see what you think about it. Do you think all Trump supporters are racist?
Woo!
What do you think about that? What's your take on that?
All right, the honest to truth, goodness answer. A friend of mine who was within Toastmasters, and we came to this very bar about 10 months ago, before the elections and the primaries were over, and he asked me the exact same question. And no, I don't think every Trump supporter is racist. I do think, however, a large majority of them would rather not see certain things in life. I think there's a certain. Let me just be blunt about it. Yeah, I think half of his supporters, I believe, are racist. I really do. And racist is a very tough term, but I don't think that they've had as much exposure to black people and Latino people and other cultures, so they just don't know what they don't know. So sometimes I give them credit for being not as aware as they should be. But the bottom line is, I look at the Trump, what he's saying, I look at the things that they are supporting, and I don't agree with it. You know, I lived overseas, so I got a lot of Muslim friends. I am black, so I don't think that we're all slow and in dire situation, as he puts it. You know, I saw what he said about the handicap. I just don't believe a lot of the things that he's saying. And quite frankly, until I see his taxes, I don't believe that he's as rich as he says he is. But that's just me. So yeah, I think unfortunately that a very large segment of his followers have a really, really racist mentality. And it just, to me, it is what it is. And that's okay. There's another faction who just believe in what he's trying to believe in. And they don't even like him necessarily, but they just hate Hillary. So they're voting for Trump because they do anything and have Miss Clinton in the White House. So these are the kind of things that I'm thinking about right now. So to answer your question, not all the supporters, but I think a very large supporter, a very large number of his supporters are.
And does that make them deplorable, like deplorable dumb out there?
Nah.
You hear that last time? We have
I mean, you know,
anybody. What was that she said last night?
let me tell you something. When you go on TV and you refuse to call the Grand Poobah wizard of the Ku Klux Klan deplorable because you need his votes, to me that's deplorable. Okay? The Ku Klux Klan, and you're afraid to say that David Duke is deplorable? Excuse my language, but that motherfucker's sick. And I don't see any bad thing about saying it to his face or anybody who believes that they should be acknowledged in any certain way. They are one of the most, they terrorized my ancestors. My mother's 93 years old. They terrorized us. And to the point we said, no, we ain't taking it no more. Now it can't happen. So things ain't going to be the way they used to be. It's not going back. So anyway, I'm very passionate about that, but yeah.
That's why you're here. We're passionate people.
Right.
You're being black, that's me.
That's right.
Bob is white over here, and we're just full of passion, right?
Right. Well, Bob, let me ask you, there's something called white privilege. Have you ever heard of that?
No, I haven't. I really haven't.
Really?
Yeah, it's.
It's a term
I've
that
heard
people
the
put out
term.
there,
I've
right.
heard the term before.
What do you think it means?
Well, when it comes down to, let's say, a job, and there's a black guy and a white guy who are equal in their qualifications, the white guy gets the job, and that's true today too. That's not true. That's not a 1960s thing. That's something that occurs today in a work environment, even more so in the Fortune 100 environment.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen it. I've heard it talked
You used
about.
to teach in the Fortune 500, didn't you?
Right, yeah. Nobody wants to admit it, but it still does occur. You know, there's a lot of discrimination that still does occur. Some of it's legitimate, and age discrimination I think is completely legitimate.
Yeah.
But a racial discrimination, it just doesn't make sense. You know, you have to hire the best people to make the money.
Right.
Okay.
And I think people are finding that out now, that inclusion affects the bottom line.
Yeah, I don't think they're finding it out as quickly as we'd like.
That's what we're going to be. That's what we're going to be.
That's what
showing
we're
them.
going to be talking to people about. Millennials are much better than all of us. I think we're still one generation away from, at least one generation away from true equality. And maybe Derek would tell you that it might be, a few generations.
Right. And when you say that, I do. And here's why. And this again, I get a lot of white folks who ask me, well, Derek, why do you keep on bringing up slavery? Why do you keep on bringing up Jim Crow? Why do you keep on bringing up this? That happened 50 years ago. That happened 100 years ago. I wasn't part of it, so just get over it and move on. And it's not that easy, folks. When you think about 300 years of slavery, and then another 100 years of Jim Crow and discrimination, and then since then, 2/3 of our black kids are in jail. There's a growing process that has to happen. So where your grandfather and your great-grandfather and your great-great-grandfather were all allowed to have businesses in the United States and transfer that knowledge and that wealth and that money and that genealogy down the line, we weren't allowed to do that. Do you know when we were able to vote in the United States, blacks actually really able to vote?
1968. You've taught me that. You've taught me
And you
that.
didn't know that. And
I had
how old
no,
are you?
I had no idea. You know, I'm 60.
And you didn't know that
I
blacks
had
couldn't vote
no
until 1968.
idea. Yeah, no idea at all. Actually, it was 64. The
Yeah,
first
64,
presidential
right.
First presidential election a minority could vote in was 1968.
Right. So,
Again, I'm appalled by that.
so when you think about that, all the laws, all the rules, all the programs, all the legal, all the justice, all the schools, everything was voted on by
White people.
for
White people.
well, because we weren't even allowed to go to the same school. So now,
Not even the same bathroom.
not even the same bathroom. So now, since the 60s, okay, they opened up the floodgates. They say, okay, go. Well, you've had 300 years, 400 years of experience behind us, and now you're telling us to catch up in 30 years? Ain't gonna happen. So it's gonna take generations. But we also, as a black people, need to learn how to work harder together and become more established with our own communities to help grow our own communities and not depend so much on our white partners to support us. And that's going to take a lot of effort on both sides. We got to change law, we got to change systems, we got to change policy, and we got to change mentality.
That's exactly right. It's hard to escape when you don't have the education to escape.
Right.
You know, I talk about my hometown a lot, and I talk a lot to a lot of people about my hometown who are from my hometown.
Where's your hometown?
Scotia, New York.
Wow.
Yeah, Scotia, New York. You know, a lot of people escape the community. They escape the community because there are greater opportunities every place else. The opportunities weren't there, and the community has suffered because of that. We've lost a lot of our large employers, General Electric.
Right.
Simply because the intelligence left the community.
Right.
You know, I was the white boy who was able to leave the community. I can't imagine, you know, being the African American who was locked, who couldn't pick up and, you know, send his resume to a company in Dallas and get that job there.
You know, I just want to thank both of them because guess what? They smell great. You guys both wore deodorant, right? Y'all wearing
I think she's
deodorant
waiting for you to
because
sign your bill there. So she
yeah,
can leave.
actually,
Right.
we're really close here.
Yeah, right.
That's
Yeah,
why you
that's
see
right.
us all like this, and I'm thanking God for deodorant.
Oh, well, you trying to stay? You steak now,
No,
huh?
I put my arm around her to get closer. Okay, it's nothing special.
Right.
Actually, it is something special about
And
it.
you have to excuse Bob. The waitress has been
Well,
waiting
Bob
to
is
leave.
doing that. Let me ask you an important question.
Yeah.
What do you think about wearing white after Labor Day?
What do I think about wearing white after Labor Day?
We're in Florida, guys.
We're in Florida, hell. I wear white any time of the year. It's sunshine and blue skies in Florida all year long.
Okay,
Which
good.
is one of the reasons I,
I was
love
really
it down
curious. I
there.
was really curious.
But you know, they say after Labor Day, you know, no white. You got to start wearing the dark colors and all that.
What? Bless
Excuse me.
you.
Thank you.
What's your what's a comfort food for you? What's your favorite soul food?
Wow. I guess I would have to be stereotypical in that. I like fried chicken. I like collard greens and cornbread.
What is that? Pigeon peas?
Three of my favorites.
No,
No,
collard greens.
Puerto Ricans like pigeon peas.
Yeah, black
Arroz
eyed
con
peas.
gandules. Okay,
Black eyed peas.
that's what that is. Black
Yeah.
eyed pigeon. I got it now.
Right. Yeah. So yeah. You know, I
We like black beans,
I like to
Cubans
stay
like
in, but you know, I have been over in Dubai for the last 3 years, and they have a melting pot of food from all over the world. So I've gotten to eat the Lebanese food. I've gotten to eat Chinese food. I mean, real authentic foods, and I just like food.
In general, me too.
Yeah, that's why my shirt keeps on popping open. You know?
Camera can't see that. We're hiding a whole bunch of stuff. Bob, what's your favorite food? What's
Oh my God, I'm a pizza fanatic.
pizza? That's
But-
I thought all you guys eat is macaroni and cheese and meatloaf.
I don't do either one.
All you guys.
All
huh?
you guys. All you guys. Oh my
Just
God.
kidding, just
You
kidding.
see the racial war that exists right here?
All you guys. That's right.
Oh, you guys.
Hit me with something.
I can't hit you with anything. I'm the white boy. I can't hit you with
Well,
anything.
I've been
else.
called. Imagine I've been called the brown girl
Yeah.
I can't. I really
So what
in
else?
Alabama.
What-
I visited Alabama. And
what else
I
you
was
got
the
for
brown
me?
girl. I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
What do you think of President Obama?
I like President Obama. I'm not again. I don't focus on the individual as much as I do the issues. You know, I tend to be an issue-oriented political person.
Right.
You know, I want to talk about healthcare. I want to talk about education. I want to talk about business development and new business and how to make them grow, how to create opportunities. As far as whether it be Trump, whether it be Hillary Clinton, or someone else,
Right.
It has nothing to do, with what's going to happen because there's a Congress and Senate involved as well. I want to see somebody who does the right thing for the American people. Somebody asked me the other day, is that individual a Democrat or a Republican? And I said he's American. Okay, that is what we all need to become. Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you for the hearts and thumbs up, by the way.
Well, let me ask you a question. I get a lot of people that tell me, well, Derek, I don't see color. When I look at you, I don't see you as black, and I don't see. Well, I think to myself, what the hell are you, colorblind?
Really? You gotta be colorblind.
I mean, come on. I'm not ashamed to be black.
He's a black African American.
But they say they don't see
I
color.
get. Do you speak Puerto Rican?
And I'm
Is
a
what
white
I get.
Irish guy.
Do you speak Puerto Rican?
But you do, don't you?
I love. You know what? I
Spanish.
was born in New Jersey. I love this country. And how about I'm Cuban American and I'm just human.
Have you ever been to Cuba?
Never been to Cuba.
Have you ever been to Puerto Rico?
Never been to Puerto Rico.
Hey, don't worry about it. I ain't never been to Africa either, okay?
There you go. I have been to New York and New Jersey and every place in between.
Right. But, with regards to that, black people don't mind being seen as black. They don't want to be seen as white. I don't want to be seen as Chinese. I'm black. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. And what do they say back in the city? I'm black and I'm proud.
Yep.
Do you use
And-
cocoa butter?
I use a variety of
I like
things. Yeah. I mean, I don't know where that came from, but do I use cocoa butter? See how the stereotypes go?
Exactly.
I know, huh?
Exactly.
That's right. Do we
But-
like black beans? Yeah, we like
but-
black
Yeah.
beans.
By the way, I
regards
happen to like fried chicken as well.
But regarding Obama, I look at it from two aspects. He's the first black president ever in the history of the United States of America. Right? Ever. So we didn't have like grandfathers and uncles who were like governors and mayors and politicians. So we're new at this game. And for him to get into the White House and to honor it and respect it the way he has, and to give our kids, when I say our
You're
kids,
blocking me.
I say our kids, black kids, the role model. I never in my life thought that it'd be possible to be a president as a black guy. But now seeing President Obama, black kids know that it's possible. It's outside of his politics, outside of his, what he's done, just as a role model, I think he's wonderful.
Yeah, by the way, they're cheering for us out there.
Yeah, there you go.
That's for us.
That's right.
You know what? I know we're having fun and everything, but I have this question
This is
that I
too
want to ask.
serious for me to joke around.
Exactly. No,
Yeah,
absolutely. Blacks, they complain about police killings, but what about the Chicago black on black crime?
That's good. I had a conversation with a buddy of mine about this the other day, black guy. And we said, Derek, man, they killed 600 people in the last couple of months in Chicago. And a lot of people say, well, that's due to hopelessness. That's due to lack of education. That's due to, if you can't get a job and you want something, how else are you going to get it unless you steal it and take it? And to a degree, that's what a lot of those folks feel in those neighborhoods. But it's fucked up. You got to clean it up. So, but you can't just do one thing without doing another. I personally think they need to go in there and clean it out. Gangs, guns, the banger, everybody, and get rid of them. But at the same time, they need to get the education correct. They need to make the schools correct. They can make the jobs better. So it's not something that's just going to go away. It's a problem. But the root of the problem is not just because blacks are killing blacks because they had enough to do. There's an issue going on that is pretty serious. And with regards to black being killed by cops, I know a lot of people don't want to hear this, but I think we are profiled, targeted, and killed by cops more than any other race.
Okay, I'm going to take that a different direction there. I agree with everything you said, but I'm going to blame the media. The media controls a lot about what we do, and they report it in such a way that it's extremely one-sided. They don't report the white on white. They don't report the black on white. They do report the black on white. You know, it's the media has an influence that even in today's internet media, that is beyond what it should have. It has control of our heads. And excuse me, it's not my head. Okay, it's our heads, the people out there. You know, you have to understand that Fox is not, you know, the media or the answer all. MSNBC is not the answer all. It's not about you lean right or left. It's about the action, so we can make decisions that are a hell of a lot better than some soup, you know, behind the desk telling us what we should be thinking.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I know, I hear you, but I was listening or reading some of my friends' comments, my friends' comments.
Guys, we're going to get to your comments in a little while. We are going to be answering questions, okay? So just stick with us.
And he, there was some, I told him, you got a rough crowd who follows you, buddy. Because they were saying crazy stuff like calling blacks kooks and knobs and niggers and this and that. Still, I mean, just like talking. And, you know, talking about Kaepernick, and then there was a question about the blacks being killed by police. And they were saying, well, you know, those thugs, you know, who are selling those cigarettes, and those thugs who are, you know, selling them CDs, they deserve to get shot by them cops. And they, you know what?
The guy selling one cigarette on the corner, one ZZ fellow in New York.
Well, let me tell you, you kill that man, whether for whatever reason, but you got a young white kid who raped somebody in Stanford. He does 3 months in jail and gets out. He gets busted. He gets caught raping a girl behind a garbage can by 2 grad students. And he gets 3 months because his daddy was able to pay the lawyers off because he didn't think that his son's life should be ruined over 20 seconds of sex.
Couldn't agree with you more.
You know, you get a young Confederate toting white guy in South Carolina who kills 10 or 12 churchgoers last year. And they arrest him, and he killed 12 people, shot them in church. And they took this guy to Burger King.
Oh, he was hungry.
Well, what the hell? Why not? You know, so you talk about, this is the white privilege that we talk about. This is the disparity that's going to continue to piss us off. And it's not going to go away.
What?
As long as this stuff still happens.
And on the same token that we're talking about this, what about the cops that are the police officers that are being, you know, gunned down, that are
it's horrible.
I think the police are being more victimized than the people today.
Absolutely.
You know, whether it be a black shooting a white, whether it be a black shooting a black, or a white shooting a black. The police are victimized by again, I go back to the media, because I think the media has too much influence over our knowledge of people.
Well, I go back to history, because historically, police were allowed to shoot blacks.
Oh.
Police were allowed to arrest blacks and gang them up.
Yeah,
Just as recent as the 60s and 70s.
Yep.
That mentality, that's going to go away. All right? So it's changing, but it's not gone away. And I still have an issue with it.
Derek, what do you think about the Black Lives Matter movement?
The same thing I thought about the civil rights movement back in the 60s. It was a response to a condition. Back in the 60s, we had horrible discrimination. We had horrible segregation, and we weren't allowed to do anything, and we were tired of it. And Martin Luther King stood up, John F. Kennedy, they all stood up to get rid of it. And unfortunately, they were killed. So that was the civil rights. And white folks didn't like civil rights. They didn't like the NAACP. They didn't like any of that. Well, they don't like the Black Lives Matter movement either. But you know what? It is a reaction to a social condition that's real. So I'm for it.
What about the term white privilege?
Wow.
Do you feel privileged as a white person? As a white boy?
I've learned more in the last 4 weeks about discrimination than I ever knew in the last 60 years. I found out how privileged I was. Whether it be the schools I went to, or the jobs I had, or even the businesses I started and sold product and sold. Well,
even interactions between us, it's like there's been, topics that it's like you feel it.
I gotta tell you, this guy has become one. He doesn't like me to touch him. He's
Yes.
become one of my best friends in the last 4 weeks. I've learned more from him about not only this subject, but I've gone into business with him.
Yeah. And we don't always agree on everything. And the key is to agree to disagree. But also, what we're doing, and like we're doing tonight, we've got to be able to open up the conversation and talk about anything. What are some of the comments that we got?
If people, just sit there and have the conversation, the world becomes a better place.
Right.
Even if it's one person at a time.
Right.
We have a bunch of viewers tonight. We'll have 500 people view this before the end of, tomorrow. Again, if we can teach one person, Derek and my business is about teaching people diversity and inclusion.
Right.
And inclusion is the next step. Diversity measures it. Inclusion makes it happen. Go ahead, Laura.
Okay, I'm seeing here. This is going to. We've got Raymond Hodden. Let's see. Our questions.
You got your glasses? Let me borrow your glasses. Right?
There you go.
You don't mind if I borrow your glasses, do you?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Scroll up.
Somebody made a comment while they're reviewing this. Derek grabbed my glasses the other day and put them on. Okay, can you imagine the black guy
Collard
putting on my
greens are
reading
like-
glasses? Oh my God!
Let me read a couple of the comments.
Do you?
Collard greens is like eating spinach.
I want to ask you a question.
Yes.
Have you ever dated a black woman?
Yes, I have. And again, Derek and I had actually talked about this. We talked about a lot of things like this. About 18 years ago, I dated a Jamaican woman. And
You did a Jamaican woman, or you dated
I
a Jamaican?
dated
Okay.
both. Okay, but what I was amazed by is how we were treated and how we were looked at.
Yeah.
I was a relatively successful business executive at the time. I'd sold a company. I'd done really, really, really well. And if I were walking through the mall with a white girl, I wouldn't have even got a look. But because I was with this very dark Jamaican young lady who was stunningly beautiful, okay, and a lot of fun, and very, very, very white in nature. Is that a bad thing to say?
It is what it is.
Okay. We had a school bus drive by us, and everybody was hollering out the window to us.
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
So maybe you didn't really date a black woman. Maybe you dated a black woman who acted white and thought she was black.
No, she was definitely Jamaican. But it was the people. I couldn't get over how the people treated us. I wouldn't have not been able to handle that as an 18-year-old.
Yeah. And me, at this stage in my life, and I went to almost all white schools in my life, and I've never dated a white girl ever. Not because I hadn't wanted to, it just never happened. And, fool around, every now and then, but date and have, a serious relationship, never happened. But at this stage in my life, who knows what's going to happen?
Who knows what's going to happen? All of a sudden we don't care as much. All of a sudden some of the stereotypes don't matter to us. We're at an age where
let's
just have fun.
And it's critical that one of the things I really want to get across is that blacks and whites, Hispanics, Cubans, Afghans, people from Dubai, Muslims, that we all get along. We work together. Because I had a terrible accident on my arm, 1,000 stitches. Underneath our skin, we're all the same. DNA has it that we're probably all cousins somewhere down the line. We're somewhere mixed. I didn't get green eyes and light skin and a last name McSween by being all one race.
McSweeney, we might be related. You don't know.
So we need to figure out how to put the bullshit aside. How to work together, support each other. I hear so much, you're left-wing this, and these right-wing liberals, and these left-wing rebels, and, they can just they can leave the earth. I mean, some really nasty stuff. And there's always them versus us. The liberals versus the Democrats, the conservatives versus the left. I mean, we need to figure out how can a president be a president and get anything done if the other party just says blanket across the board, I'm not going to pass anything he puts on the table.
Why does it have to be there that way? Why does it have to be a competition between right wing and left wing?
Right. Why can't it just be no wing? And why can't it just be let's do what's right for America?
Look at the issues.
Look at the issues and put the best minds together of both the right wing, the left wing, the whites, the blacks, the Hispanics, and figure out what's the damn answer. I know the answer in a lot of the black neighborhoods is better education. Until you get the schools right, I should be able to close my eyes in the United States of America, go to any neighborhood, just blindfold me and take me to a neighborhood, to a school. I take the blindfold off, and I can't tell whether I'm in a white neighborhood or a black neighborhood because the schools are so nice.
Yeah, regretfully, that's not true today.
No.
And it's far from it. We talk about schools that are...
You get an iPad when you go to school.
Yeah. My grandchildren get an iPad. The first day of school, it's assigned to them.
Oh, Lord.
We're
lucky in some of our schools that we got books.
That is not going to go away quick, but it needs to.
That's the first thing that they can fix.
The balance has got to occur so that, again, we can create great minds from good minds. And
it starts with the children.
It doesn't matter whether you're black, white, Latino, Chinese, Japanese. The education is what creates good people.
Any comments we got to roll out here?
Let's see, comments. So we're opening the floor for comments, guys, and let's see. We have here.
We like thumbs ups and hearts.
Yep. Let's see here. Well, we have Sonia. Sonia Browning is here. Let's see.
Hey.
Sonia says collard greens are just like eating steak.
What does Carmine say?
Carmine says, what I pray for almost every day is that this is Carmine Giardini. What I pray for almost every day is that both whites and blacks say, let's work together, pray together, dream together, and walk side by side. But not only say it, but really do in action, not worry.
That's beautiful.
About haters and create a common norm for the young to see and respond to. Thank you, Carmine.
Yes, that's really nice.
Carmine, that was really good.
Our country needs to spend, he's not done yet. Our country needs to spend money on schools, social workers, clergy, law enforcement, well trained to work with minorities. And Chicago is a great place to start. Absolutely.
It's a fantastic place to start. We're trying to make a difference in our own humble way. Bob and I know that we're small guys. We got a lot of experience, corporate, educational. And if we can make a difference in this little small town of Port St. Lucie, and if you didn't know, right up the road in Fort Pierce was the headquarters for the local KKK.
Oh yeah, I've heard that before.
I believe that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're talking 20 miles up the road. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
Still is.
When I ride around here, and I see somebody riding around in a dually pickup truck with a big Confederate flag, full-size Confederate flag, and an flying off the back of it, and they pull up next to me with dirt all over it, and look at me and smile with chew in their mouth, I get nervous. I just do, because I just don't know whether they're going to say, what you looking at, nigga? Mm-hmm. You just don't know what's going to happen. But that's the mentality of some people out here. And quite frankly, I hope they never do it, because I don't feel like going to jail.
Yeah, this is still a town where you can't, you speak Spanish. Not where I work, but, even speaking Spanish.
Wait a second. I knew this young lady that very recently, who got in trouble at work.
Because she was speaking Spanish to her friends on her break.
Right.
Right.
Can you imagine that? You're not allowed to speak your language.
I hear that, and it really, I'm just like, boggles my mind how that's still, we're 2016, and that's still happening in this town.
Yeah, we're still generations away from equality. But, again, we all have to make an attempt. And we all have to educate people to understand that, it's about including people. It's not about having statistics to make it happen. It's about actually making it happen. It's about doing it. Don't you agree?
I agree. And we really didn't get as many hard questions as I thought we would. But as this starts to take on and we talk, and just so everybody knows, we won't be talking about race all the time. We'll be talking about things that are around bringing people together, building bridges, amongst races,
Exactly.
cultures, religions, gender, getting everybody to learn how to work together so we can start tearing down these walls and building some more bridges.
Yeah, we really do have to create the opportunities.
Right.
And it's not about our government creating the opportunities. It's about us creating the opportunities. It's about great parenting. It's about passing things down to our children so they actually can do.
And it's about our government changing.
Our governments need to change. They have to stop. In my opinion, the stifling. In addition to that, the media's got to change. It's got to change from telling us what we need to think versus reporting the news so we can decide what to think.
Yeah.
All right, well, I just want to let everybody know that everything that we said here tonight was all with much love, and we're, no, we didn't want to offend anybody or anything. We're just,
not on purpose.
We're just not on purpose. We're just
Right. If
keeping
you got
it
offended
real.
and we didn't mean to,
I'm sorry. It wasn't our intention.
If we offended anybody, okay, it wasn't intentional at all. It's to educate you, and it's to make you aware. Because
right,
this
Sal.
stuff still exists today.
but these are conversations that need to be had, and we were even a little lighthearted tonight on some of the stuff.
Yep.
But as we start talking more, and maybe the drinks start flowing a little more, maybe we'll really get into some
Number 8.
conversation.
Number 2, that's it
That's
for
right,
me.
cheers. Well, I appreciate you
Thank
having
you,
us
guys.
here, Lourdes.
No, it was a pleasure. Thank you guys for taking the time to come out. And next week, join us again it's going to be Tuesday at 8:30 p.m.
Yep.
And I'm going to have special guests. I haven't disclosed who they are, but I think you might get an idea of who it might be. No, wait,
we won't
will you guys
discuss
join me
that.
next week?
No,
What's up next week?
Isn't the Love Doctor next week?
Love Doctor is the following week.
I don't know.
double book,
I
man.
don't know. We're partners in this Morph marketing thing.
Morph Marketing, guys,
I thought you were my partner.
I'm your partner too.
Okay.
Derek and I are doing training in a lot of different areas. Lourdes and I are doing
Morph Marketing.
Morph marketing.
Okay, and also, you guys, I'm also part of the Von Olin team. Jillian Von Olin, Nicole Crom, Rob Von Olin, Blake Martin just joined our team. My good friend Barb DiGiorgio's on it. Anybody looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, to come to our team. We've got the top listing agents on there. You want to be seen and you want to catch everybody's attention on social media, I'm the girl to come to. You know that. We've got Morph Marketing, and we've got
Dialogues with Derek.
That's right. Dialogue with Derek.
You come
Building
in-
bridges,
Building bridges and not walls.
not walls. All right.
I'll be spreading the word of building impact teams, inclusion, and pulling people together. And we love you all.
I'm going to say
Oh, wait, you can- no, wait,
one
wait.
more thing. Go ahead.
That's it.
And you guys join Hispanic Professional Network. Let me give a shout out to Emilis Keeney. Okay, we're co-organizers, co-founders of the Hispanic Professional Network of the Treasure Coast. Join us. We're going to be announcing our next mixer. It's going to be soon. I get thinking about 2 weeks, so y'all can join us.
One thing to add in closing. Derek and I talked about earlier how we met, but this is an individual that I had love at first sight with. He beat me in a speaking competition, and he beat me bad.
Crushed him.
He killed me. I was disqualified because I went over my time limit. So next time. But the thing was, when I heard him speak and when I heard what he was talking about, no sooner than he finished, I walked up and said, "We got to do something together." Okay, and he felt the same way. So here we are.
And this is starting, you guys, a lot of you know my story and why I'm here in Port St. Lucie. And this is just an attestment to the fact that no matter where you are in life, you can make it happen. Just take some time, a little planning. I've been here a little over a year and a half, but now slowly I'm learning the area. I'm meeting good people, dancing at the table, and starting standing to develop. So don't let anything in life get you down. You take it and you make something happen. You don't wait for something to happen.
Wait till you see the stuff we make happen.
Okay.
That's right, guys. So thank you for joining us tonight. You're awesome. Thank you. Can you take care of that for me, please?
No, I can't. Take care of it.
Good night, guys.